It's 3:07 a.m. You're flat on your back, the ceiling is doing absolutely nothing interesting, and suddenly, your brain turns into that one friend who insists on describing the worst horror film imaginable in excruciating detail. A film starring you, directed by your worst fears and financed entirely by your nerves. Your heart is banging against your ribs like it's trying to escape. Your stomach is doing a painful, complex form of origami. And your mind? It's a broken record, playing the same 5 doom tracks on a relentless repeat. This is the state of anxiety. Eckhart Tolle has a name for this terrifying internal cinema, the psychological time loop. It's a state where the mind forcibly yanks you out of the present and into a future that doesn't exist. You get stuck worrying about what might happen, fretting over countless catastrophic possibilities that are just projections, not reality. All this mental time travel to a future of fear or a past of regret happens while your life, the only real thing you ever have, is happening right now. The mind abandons you in the only moment that truly exists, this one. But what if you could just walk out of the theater? What if you could turn off the projector? Stick with me, and I'll show you the exact zero equipment moves Tolle uses to step off that mental hamster wheel and reclaim your sense of calm. These aren't complex theories. They are practical, immediate actions you can take to ground yourself when the storm of anxiety hits. Most of us have been conditioned to believe that anxiety is a rational response to immediate danger. A tiger walks into the room, your body screams, "Run!" That makes sense. But Tolle flips that conventional wisdom on its head. He points out that most of our modern anxiety isn't about a real present danger. It's about danger that is imagined. It's your internal smoke alarm shrieking at full volume because you slightly burnt a piece of toast. Your mind is an incredibly useful tool for practical clock-time tasks. I need to pay this bill by Friday, or I should probably dodge that oncoming bus. That's the mind working for you. But it goes rogue the second it stops dealing with practical reality and starts scripting catastrophes. It begins projecting what-if scenarios into a future that exists only in your head. What if I lose my job? What if they didn't? Like what I said? What if this weird feeling in my chest is a heart attack? When you unconsciously believe every one of these frightening thoughts, your body plays along as if the threat is real. It can't tell the difference between a real tiger and a vividly imagined one. So, it floods your system with cortisol and adrenaline. Your shoulders tense up and migrate towards your ears. Your breathing becomes shallow and rapid, stuck in top gear. Your body enters full-on fight or flight mode, ready to battle a tiger that isn't just absent from your living room. It was never even buying a ticket. This is the anxiety gap. Your body is here in the now, but your mind is lost in the future, creating fear. So if the problem isn't the scary future scenarios themselves, what is it? The real glitch, the core of the issue, isn't what you're thinking. It's that you believe you are what you're thinking. There's a total fusion. You have become identified with the voice in your head. We don't say, "There is a sensation of panic arising within me." We say, "I'm freaking out." The difference is monumental. In the first statement, you are the observer. In the second, you are the panic. Say both out loud and you'll feel the difference. It's like swapping a straitjacket for a loose, comfortable hoodie. Tolle uses a beautiful metaphor for this. You are the sky. Your thoughts and emotions are the weather. The sky is vast, spacious, and permanent. The weather, clouds, rain, storms, is temporary and just passes through. A storm might be raging, but it doesn't harm the sky. The sky is simply the space in which the weather happens. You are not the storm of anxiety. You are the space that is aware of the storm. The moment you can spot even a hairline fracture of separation between you, the observer, and the thought, the thing being observed, the entire dynamic changes. You begin to realize you are not the voice in your head. You are the one who hears it. This realization is the beginning of freedom. The emotional voltage instantly drops from DEFCON 1 to a much more manageable meh. You're no longer a slave to the mind. You're activating a higher level of consciousness that is beyond thought. Tolle's quickest and most direct hack for breaking the cycle of anxious thought is to shift your attention. Move it from the loud, chaotic balcony of your thinking mind down to the quiet, humming basement of the body's inner energy field. This is what he calls feeling the inner body. You can do this right now. It doesn't matter if you're sitting, standing, or lying down. Close your eyes for a moment if you can. Bring your attention to your hands. Don't think about them. Feel them from the inside. Go directly to the sensation. You might notice a slight tingling, a feeling of warmth, or just a subtle sense of aliveness. Stay with that for a moment. You're not imagining it or using mental CGI. You are directly perceiving the life energy that is already there. Now, slide that spotlight of attention to your feet. Feel the aliveness in them, then expand your awareness to include your hands and feet at the same time. From there, let the feeling spread. Move your attention into your legs, your arms, your abdomen, your chest. Feel the subtle pulsation of energy throughout. Try to feel your entire body as one global field of aliveness. Your mind will inevitably wander. It will try to pull you back into thought, maybe reminding you of tomorrow's grocery list or replaying an old worry. That's perfectly normal. This isn't a failure, it's the practice itself. Each time you notice your attention has drifted, you gently and without judgment shepherd it back to the feeling of your inner body. Just 1 or 2 minutes of this practice can be enough to thin out the static of compulsive thinking. You're not forcing calm. You're simply shifting your attention to a place where calm already exists, anchoring yourself in the physical reality of the present moment. Once you have a foothold in the inner body, you can add the breath. Conscious breathing is a powerful meditation in its own right that anchors you even more deeply in the now. This isn't about a complicated pranayama technique. It's simply about watching and feeling the breath as it happens naturally. Bring your awareness to your nostrils. Notice the sensation of the cool air as you inhale and the slightly warmer air as you exhale. Follow the breath all the way in, feeling your belly and chest expand and all the way out. Notice the little pause at the end of the exhale before the next breath begins. Every conscious breath is an act of rebellion against the tyranny of the thinking mind. It creates a small gap in the constant stream of thought, a moment of stillness. Tolle suggests that even one conscious breath taken several times a day can make a huge difference in your life. 3 consecutive conscious breaths can feel like you've just hit the save button on your sanity, like giving your psyche a much-needed power nap. You are stepping out of the frantic mind and into the stillness of your being. Once you have a foothold in the inner body, you can add the breath. Conscious breathing is a powerful meditation in its own right that anchors you even more deeply in the now. This isn't about a complicated pranayama technique. It's simply about watching and feeling the breath as it happens naturally. Bring your awareness to your nostrils. Notice the sensation of the cool air as you inhale and the slightly warmer air as you exhale. Follow the breath all the way in, feeling your belly and chest expand and all the way out. Notice the little pause at the end of the exhale before the next breath begins. Every conscious breath is an act of rebellion against the tyranny of the thinking mind. It creates a small gap in the constant stream of thought, a moment of stillness. Tolle suggests that even one conscious breath taken several times a day can make a huge difference in your life. 3 consecutive conscious breaths can feel like you've just hit the save button on your sanity, like giving your psyche a much-needed power nap. You are stepping out of the frantic mind and into the stillness of your being. This is a question that always comes up. Sometimes anxiety isn't just a phantom. It's piggybacking on a legitimate life situation, a looming deadline, an unpaid bill, a difficult conversation you need to have. Tolle's teaching isn't about ignoring these problems. It's about changing the state of consciousness from which you deal with them. The rule is this: bring the issue into the stark light of the present moment. Ask yourself one simple, brutally honest question. Is there anything I can do about this exact second? If the answer is yes, then do it. Take one small concrete action. Don't get lost in the entire project. Just do the one thing you can do right now. Write the first sentence of the email. Make the phone call to set up a payment plan. Send the text to schedule the conversation. Action in the now is powerful and effective. But if the answer is no, and it often is at 3 a.m., then your task is to accept that in this moment, there is nothing to be done. This isn't passivity or laziness, it's profound intelligence. You accept the isness of the moment. You can't act, so you surrender to the reality of the now. Worrying about it is futile. It doesn't solve the problem. It just adds a layer of suffering. When you act from a place of still water, not from the chaotic thought whirlpool of anxiety. You address your life situation, but you live in your life, which is always now. Over time, as you practice these techniques, something remarkable begins to happen. The very sensation that used to signal the beginning of an anxiety spiral becomes a new kind of alarm bell. Every spike in anxiety, every tightening in the chest, every racing thought becomes a doorbell ringing with a clear message. Hey, you're lost in thought again. Come home to the present moment. This is what Tolle calls transmuting suffering into consciousness. The trigger for anxiety becomes the trigger for presence. Instead of being dragged into the unobserved mind's drama, you are awakened by it. You might start to greet that familiar, chest-tightening sensation like an old predictable frenemy. Ah, there you are again, you might say, with a sense of knowing rather than fear. Tolle also speaks of the pain body, an accumulation of old emotional pain that lives within us. This energy field can be triggered by events in the present, causing an outsized emotional reaction. By bringing conscious awareness to these triggers, you stop feeding the pain body with your identification. Instead of letting it use you, you use its energy as rocket fuel for showing up more fully and consciously in your life. Integrating this into your day doesn't require an hour-long meditation session. The real transformation happens through small, consistent mini meditations that stitch presence into the fabric of your autopilot day. Red light meditation. Every time you hit a red light, see it as a reminder. Instead of getting frustrated about waiting, use that time. Take one conscious breath and feel the sensation of your hands on the steering wheel. Email pause. Before you click to open an important email, pause. Take one conscious inhale and exhale. Then, open and read from a place of presence, not reactive fear. Doorway reset. Every time you walk through a doorway, from your bedroom to the kitchen, from your car to the office, from the street into the grocery store, use it as a portal to presence. For just 2 steps, feel your feet making contact with the ground. Hand washing awareness. When you wash your hands, truly be there for it. Feel the temperature of the water, smell the scent of the soap, hear the sound of the running water. Mindful sipping. With your morning coffee or tea, take the first sip with full attention. Experience the warmth, the taste, the aroma without any other distraction. These tiny stitches of presence seem insignificant on their own, but together, they patch the holes in an otherwise unconscious autopilot day, creating a tapestry of awareness. If any of these simple practices clicked for you, the key is to keep the momentum going. This isn't a one-time fix, but a new way of living. A great way to stay engaged is to smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, so this algorithm can become your personal mindfulness buddy, reminding you to come back to the present. For those who want to go deeper into this transformative work, you can explore Eckhart Tolle's official platform, Eckhart Tolle Now. It offers full-length teaching sessions, guided meditations, and even live Q&As where you can ask the man himself questions in real time. The link for that is in the description below. Ultimately, anxiety is not a character flaw or a permanent part of your identity. It's a case of mistaken ID. You have mistaken yourself for the worried voice in your head and the fearful emotions in your body. But you are not the storm. You are the sky. You are not the worried voice. You are the silent, spacious awareness that hears it. Each time you consciously drop your attention back into your inner body, follow a single breath, or perceive the world without labels, you are casting a vote for peace over panic. You are reclaiming your power from the compulsive, time-bound mind. The storms of anxiety will still roll through. That's part of the human condition. But you will no longer be lost in them. You'll have an anchor in the now. As Eckhart Tolle reminds us, one conscious breath in and out is a light year closer to freedom. So let's end with that. Right now, wherever you are, just feel the next inhale. Ride the gentle wave of the exhale. And just for this moment, let the sky do what skies do. Be still, be open, and be free.